What's up, guys? Take a bell soon. Today we're going to react to a video called Top 10 Creepiest Place You Should Never Visit. And it is by Top 10 Archive. If you guys want to check out the original video, the link will be in the description down below. And after reacting to this video, this looks creepy, so you can count on me. You're never going to see me any of these types of places, wherever these places are going to be, because I want to know exactly where am I going, and if place is a no-go zone at big danger, then that means no, I'm not going in. I would rather see this video first and then learn it, plus learn to stay away from that type of danger. Because why would you go somewhere that involves of harming other people or harming yourselves? I mean, it's stupid. It is dumb. Why do you want to put yourself in danger? That's why I want to know. Anyways, enough talk. Let's just check out this video. So, yeah, let's get to it.
Welcome to Top 10 Archive. From underground tunnels to abandoned insane asylums, here is our top 10 picks of the creepiest places you should never visit. Number 10. The Riddle House. The Riddle House was located in Palm Beach County, Florida. It originally served as a funeral parlor until it was dismantled and rebuilt again in Yesteryear Village, which is located in southern Florida. It was then taken out of the funeral industry and privately owned by Carl Riddle. Joseph, one of the Riddle's former employees, committed suicide by hanging himself in the attic of the house. For reasons unknown, Joseph had a strong distaste for other men and has been known to fling things at other males upon entering. It is because of this that the attic is off limits to any visiting male. Other parts of the house appear to be haunted. Things such as tables and chairs seem to move almost daily without any explanation. Number 9.
Then there's no sense of living there. A what town?
The northern part of Southern County, Ohio is known by the eerily blunt moniker Hell Town. During the 1970s, the houses
Why would you
be
name
torn
that
down,
town?
And an eviction notice was submitted to the residents living there. Doing so, the government faced various legal challenges and was forced to withdraw their submission. Nonetheless, the town was left abandoned, and if you think it was a spine-chilling place to be when populated, then just imagine driving past old boarded-up houses standing next to burnt structures of others that had been used by the local fire department for practice. Although most of the accounts by visitors are believed to be made up or based off of local legend, yet they remain intriguing. Some say the woods around the small town are controlled by freaks of every nature, including Satanists, members of the KKK, and even an escaped mental patient.
Hell no!
How about visiting Helltown for your next family vacation?
How about not?
Number 8. Stull, Kansas. Stull, Kansas is a town set apart from any other. Approximately 20 people live in this rural area. Don't let this quaint little village fool you. A much darker side to it lurks in the shadows. In the early 20th century, 2 tragedies forever changed the way of life in this tiny development. The first occurred when a farmer finished burning his field, only to find the charred remains of his son in the aftermath.
Oh no!
Shortly after this calamity, a man who had gone missing was found dead, hanging from a tree. Both bodies were laid to rest in Stull Cemetery. Such strange things happen in this area that a recent and heavy police presence has been noticed. Rumor states that the cemetery is among one of the 7 gateways to hell.
No!
The place is supposed to be so unholy, in fact, Pope John Paul II refused to fly over eastern Kansas on his way to an appearance in Colorado. The validity of this claim remains questionable, but not unlikely. Number 7.
Damn that, I'm not visiting that town.
Originally known as the Athens Lunatic Asylum, the Ridges was renamed after the state of Ohio acquired the property. Over the years, they housed hundreds of patients. Lobotomies were often performed on the patients deemed insane. Believe it or not, Athens, Ohio is listed as one of the 13 most haunted places in the world by the British Society for Psychic Research. Among all the interesting accounts, maybe the most bizarre occurred when a 54-year-old female patient ran away from the asylum and was missing for 6 weeks. She was later found dead in an unused ward, where her clothes were found next to her cold body. It is believed that she subsequently died after laying down on the cold concrete for unknown reasons.
No!
Because of decomposition and exposure to sun, there is now a permanent stain on the floor.
No!
Those brave enough to visit claim she still haunts the abandoned ward to this day.
No! Why didn't anybody clean that up? Put bleach on it!
Humberstone and Noria, Chile. In 1872, the towns of Humberstone and Noria, Chile were erected. Because of the saltpeter mines in the area and economic growth, business boomed. Over the next several decades, many things, including the Great Depression, would work against them to change that. By 1960, Humberstone and its surrounding towns were left abandoned. In the town's final years, many say the workforce was treated little better than slaves. It is rumored that photographs taken of the town often picture ghostly images, much like those taken in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. Due to the lack of manpower, the more recently dug tombs of Noria were left almost entirely open. Vast amounts of skeletal remains can be seen lining the grounds. For this reason, some even say that the dead come out of their sleep during the night and freely roam the town.
No!
That's what you call a spooky neighborhood.
No, damn
Number
that,
5,
no.
Leap Castle. Leap Castle is among the most well-known attractions on this list. It was built in the 15th century and has had a long and gruesome history. Both in its nearby chapel and in the castle itself, numerous prisoners have been brutally beaten and then executed. The castle is rumored to be haunted by a variety of spirits, including a violent, hunched beast known as the Elemental. It is most recognizable by the smell of rotting flesh and sulfur, which seems to follow it everywhere. While renovating the castle, workers found a trap door only accessible through a ceiling hatch. It led to a dungeon where prisoners were thrown in and left to die. Workers found no less than 3 cartloads of human remains. To make these prisoners' deaths even more excruciating, spikes lined the floor to impale those thrown to their death.
Oh no!
Number 4.
Ooh.
Shades of Death. Shades of Death.
Why would you name that street?
Through 7 miles of
Why
New
name
Jersey
that name?
countryside. Nothing about the landscape gives us any definitive clues as to where the name came from, but many theories abound as to its origin. Some say murderous travelers would rob and kill locals along the road. Others say it originated as a result of violent retaliations against thugs, resulting in their lynched corpses being hung. This event occurred in the 1930s. The dead-end road is home to thick fogs and ghostly apparitions. Some lost travelers reported being chased off the road by a white light that had been following them. It then mysteriously disappeared. Whatever the case, this surely isn't the place you want to visit for a camping trip, or any other form of outing for that matter. Number 3.
Yeah,
Phnom Penh,
I'm not
Cambodia.
going to camp there.
Phnom Penh is home to Tool Slain Genocide Museum. In 1975, it was converted from a high school to Security Prison 21 and was used to torture and murder those incarcerated. Most captives were former soldiers and government officials who had been deemed untrustworthy because of
Why would you put their
paranoia.
skulls
The
in a
country's
case?
leader was almost
That's
incapable of
savage.
trusting anyone, and this resulted in the deaths of many innocent men, women, and children
No,
who had
not the
been tricked
kids.
into entering the facility. Ghosts of the estimated 17,000 victims are believed to roam the halls. Odd happenings in the area are often attributed to them. Prisoners were often subject to repeated beatings with a whip and electrification. Some
No.
prisoners were even chained to their beds, where they would remain for days. Number 2,
Man, that's cold.
Byberry. The Philadelphia State Hospital, also known as Byberry, was the poster image for patient neglect and mistreatment. Most patients housed there during the 1960s were considered mental. It quickly exceeded its patient limit, capping out at over 7,000. Due
Damn.
to the atrocious conditions and its subhuman treatment of patients, the place was closed and abandoned in 1990. The hospital was demolished in 2006, but its dark legend lives on today. The terror here is said to come from exactly how the hospital was run. Human excrement lined the hallways, which was also where many patients slept. The staff
Hell
was considered
no.
very abusive and often exploited and relentlessly harassed the patients. Many cases of what some may call torture have their roots in this facility. A patient's tooth was pulled without any medical care or drugs to sedate him. Maybe the most
Oh.
horrific murder on the property resulted in a woman being dismembered and scattered around the property. Checking into Bayberry
Oh
may
my
not
God.
be a wise choice. You may not be able to check out.
Damn
Number
that.
1, Mines of Paris. The Mines of Paris is a tunnel of seemingly infinite corridors and passages. These mines were used to dig out minerals from the earth. They should not be confused with the catacombs, a famous underground ossuary. It is forbidden by law to enter the mines at any point because they are unkempt and, without a doubt, unsafe. Thousands upon thousands of corpses can be found in these deep tunnels. It is believed that many who enter never see the light of day again.
Oh, hell
Most
no.
get lost and in turn die of starvation. It is said that spirits dwell in the deep depths and darkness that possesses the underground maze. Some hallways are flooded and others are barely tall enough for you to crawl through. Obscure paintings with no specific origins can be found adorning the walls. For all you newlyweds out there, the Paris mines may not be the best place for a romantic honeymoon.
Oh, gee, you think? What gave it away? Thousands of dead corpses with bones? Damn that. I would never go to these types of places if I wanted to, but it's never going to happen. And to me, when I reacted to all of these messed up stories that involves the past and several people dying and ghosts are coming back, that's never going to happen. And like for number one about the tunnels, why can't you even put like some sort of electricity into those tunnels so that way people won't get lost, or ended up putting numbers on the side of the walls like this is row number 1, row number 2, or something like that, so that way you keep track, or put cameras on there exactly where this person is at, so that way they won't end up getting lost or get killed. Simple as that. But no, they had to leave it into the darkness abyss type. I mean, it's dumb. And if it was that dangerous, you would have destroyed it a long time ago. But no, you're leading these people to their deaths. My God, I don't think I'm ever going to get over this one tonight. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, comment below, subscribe, share, give it a thumbs up, do whatever. If you guys want to check out the original video, the link will be in the subscription down below. So, yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, because I didn't.